Mr. Nakib, Mr. Hafiz, Mr. Ilmam and Mr. Falah were the company's secretaries of Nakib and Partners, a well-known business secretaries firm in the vibrant metropolis of Kuala Lumpur. They were renowned for their knowledge and professionalism in the field. Together, they formed a remarkable team that was responsible for handling a wide range of corporate affairs for a variety of companies located throughout Malaysia. The day came when a well-known company, AZ Technologies Berhad, sought their assistance in a difficult circumstance. The company, renowned for its innovative venture, aimed to transform. While the group of secretaries was getting together, they were confronted with the difficulty of finding a replacement for one of their members, Mr. Hafiz, who announced bankruptcy because he made some risky investment decision in the foreign exchange market. As soon as possible, Mr. Hafiz took the initiative to talk to Mr. Azmeh, the chairman of AZ Technologies Berhad, about the bankruptcy and the further steps that need to be taken to keep the company's professionalism intact and to adhere to the regulation. Mr. Hafiz emphasized the importance of open communication with the employees and stakeholders, ensuring that they are well informed about the situation and the company's plan moving forward. Therefore, Mr. Hafiz will consider this matter in the upcoming annual general meeting (AGM).
Assalamualaikum, Mr. Azmeh. May I come in?
Waalaikumsalam. Yes, please come in.
Mr. Azmeh, I need to speak about personal matters that might affect my position at AZ Technologies.
Sure. Please have a seat.
Okay.
So, Mr. Hafiz, what's on your mind?
This is difficult to say, but I recently filed for bankruptcy.
I see. I'm sorry to hear that. Was there anything I could have done to help prevent this?
No, it was entirely due to some risky investment decision I made in the forex market that resulted in substantial financial losses, leading to my bankruptcy, and there wasn't much I could do about it.
I understand. Are there any legal or financial implications arising from your bankruptcy that could impact your ability to perform your duties at AZ Technology Berhad?
I'm afraid it does affect my ability to perform my duties as a secretary. So I'm here to submit my letter of resignation.
Thank you for being upfront about this. I appreciate your honesty and commitment. We shall discuss this matter further at the upcoming annual general meeting to appoint a replacement.
Thank you for hearing me out. I wish for the company ongoing success in the future. Best of luck, Mr. Azmeh.
Mr. Azmeh calls Mr. Nakib to inform on the Mr. Hafiz situation.
Assalamualaikum, Mr. Nakib.
Waalaikumsalam. Yes, Mr. Chairman. How can I help you?
I'm sure that you are informed of Mr. Hafiz's situation, and I would like to notify you that you will be responsible for the upcoming AGM next month. Also, we will discuss on the appointment of new secretary to replace Mr. Hafiz.
Sure, I'm glad to receive the responsibility with open hand.
In addition to that, AZ Technologies Berhad has done the right thing by deciding to combine with another firm, MR Innovations Berhad, to improve the credibility and reputation of the entity. In addition to that, they will also introduce a new product line to draw in more customers and satisfy their preferences. Therefore, to comply with the Companies Act 2016, Mr. Azmeh sought some guidance from representatives of Nakib and Partners, Mr. Nakib and Mr. Ilmam, to assist him in the process of altering the name of the firm. Mr. Azmeh decided to follow Nakib's and Partners' recommendation to change the company's name at the upcoming annual general meeting. After seeking their advice, he believed that the new name will be better reflect the firm's vision and the future goals.
Mr. Nakib, Mr. Ilmam, thank you for coming. I have a really delicate matter to discuss.
Of course, Mr. Azmi, we are here to help in any way we can.
As you know, as a technology Berhad has been in a steady growth, but the market has been increasing competitively. We've been exploring various options to reach, and we have decided to merge with MR Innovation Berhad.
I see. It is certainly an interesting agreement. MR Innovation Berhad has a strong presence developing innovative technologies, which could be a valuable asset for us.
Precisely. However, we have been given a responsibility to provide a new name for our company after the merge has been completed.
How about we just combine our names of the two companies, which is AZ Technologies and MR Innovations, to be Technovations Berhad.
I see. I rather it's simple, but it can symbolize the objective and intention of our company.
I agree with the proposed name. We'll make an arrangement for the change of the name and it will be further informed at the upcoming annual general meeting. Mr. Nakib and Mr. Ilmam continue to discuss the process to change the name of the company at their office. Mr. Nakib, can you explain to me the process of changing the name of company?
Sure. Okay, the first step is to lodge a proposed name through the CCM's online system and pay a fee of 50 ringgit. If it is approved, the name will be reserved for 30 days. Next, the AZ Technologies Board of Directors will pass the resolution authorizing the name of change and need to specify the name and the reason for the change. After that, we must prepare the articles of amendment to change the company name and its constitution, and the amendment needs CCM along with the fees of 40 ringgit for local companies.
I see. Thank you for sharing, Mr. Nakib. Let's go back to the office. As a result of the decision made by AZ Technologies Berhad to merge with MR Innovations Berhad, the Board of Directors of AZ Technologies Berhad also decided to appoint an additional independent director. This was done to have a greater third-party advice and expertise, as the independent director comes from a variety of different backgrounds. In addition to that, any additional appointment of an independent director has the potential to strengthen corporate governance, boost board composition, and enhance the operation of the company. As the individuals responsible for guiding the selection of a new director, Mr. Azmeh placed his faith in Mr. Fala and Mr. Ilmam. Several candidates have been determined to be suitable for the job of the new independent director after the selection and interview process has been completed. During the annual general meeting, Mr. Azmeh decided to bring this subject to the attention of all shareholders and the other stakeholders engaged to achieve a unanimous consensus.
Morning, Mr. Azmi. I have set up a Google Meet link to discuss regarding the appointment of new independent director with Mr. Fala and Mr. Imam.
Morning, Mr. Nakib. I will join the meeting now. Mr. Fala, Mr. Ilmam, thank you for joining this Google Meet in such a short notice. As you know, the merger has officially gone through, and next month AGM is crucial step in uniting our companies. However, I having a pressing concern.
Please, Mr. Azmi, elaborate. We are here to help in any way we can.
The board currently lacks diversity. With merger finalized, we have a strong teams of director from both AZ and MR, but all internal stakeholders. It feels incomplete. We need an independent voice, someone to challenge our assumptions and represent a fresh perspective.
Excellent point, Mr. Azmi. An independent director will enhance the board's objectivity and credibility, particularly as we navigate the post-merger integration process.
I wholeheartedly agree. It would send a positive message to shareholders and the market, demonstrating our commitment to transparency and good governance.
I'm glad you are both on board. I have a few names that I would like to suggest, but a person has definitely caught my attention as he has the quality and experience required to raise the competitiveness of the board, which is Mr. Farhad.
So, based on his portfolio, he definitely has what it takes, and one that we should not miss on recruiting.
Absolutely. I could not agree more. His presence will surely improve the company.
Perhaps Mr. Fala and Mr. Ilmam, I hope you could take note and notify Mr. Nakib on this matter that will be raised in the upcoming meeting.
Sure, we will inform him immediately.
Before the meeting, it is Mr. Nakib's job in his capacity as the Secretary of AZ Technologies to confirm the date of the meeting with the board, registrars, advisors and any other necessary individual to be present at the meeting. As an additional responsibility, he is accountable for the preparation and distribution of notifications regarding meetings, annual reports and proxy forms. In addition to the estimation of the number of individuals who will be present. The notice of the meeting must cover all the issues that need to be discussed, such as changes in the name of the company and the new appointment of the new independent directors. Such topics are required to be included in the notice. Taking this step is essential to guarantee that the meeting will take place.
Mr. Nakib, can you check the quorum of the meeting?
Sure. The quorum of the meeting has been satisfied as required.
Assalamualaikum and good morning to fellow shareholder, respected board of director and distinguished guests. Welcome to AZ Technology Berhad annual general meeting.
Mr. Azmi, as per the agenda, we should proceed with a warm welcome and brief opening remarks.
Yes, Mr. Nakib is right. Thank you all for joining us today. This year has been one significant milestone for AZ Technology Berhad, and I'm excited to share our achievement and future plans with all of you.
Perfect timing, Mr. Azmi. We can now proceed with the first agenda for the meeting.
Thank you, Mr. Nakib.
After the board of directors and the shareholders discuss on ordinary business matter, they proceed with the discussion on special business matter, which is replacement of secretary, changes of name of the company, and the new appointment of independent director. First agenda, replacement of secretary.
For the first agenda, I would like to discuss regarding the replacement of the secretary on behalf of Mr. Hafiz, who resigned last month. We are deeply grateful for his years of dedicated service. Without wasting time, can anyone suggest a name or two?
Me. As a CEO, I would like suggest Mr. Fala as a secretary.
As a CFO, I would like to suggest Ilmam as a secretary.
So let's vote by hand.
If you vote for Mr. Falah, please raise your hand. I see. So the majority of us have voted for Mr. Falah. So I am pleased to announce Mr. Falah as the new secretary of the company. Okay, Mr. Falah, can you give a few words?
Sure. Good morning, everyone. I am thrilled to be joining this company as your new secretary. I have extensive experience in corporate governance and administrations, and I am confident that I can seamlessly step into Mr. Hafiz's shoes.
Thank you, Mr. Falah. Please be seated.
Second agenda, change in the name of the company.
Okay, let's move on to the next agenda where the changes in the name of company will take effect on this annual general meeting. So, Mr. Nakib, please share with us with your suggestion.
Okay, as we have been informed that the company will be merging with MR Innovations Berhad, I suggest that we combine the two names of the company without its initials, which is AZ Technologies Berhad and MR Innovations Berhad, to Technovations Berhad, as it can still symbolize the company's objectives and goals in creating and developing softwares and advanced technologies in a creative and advanced way.
I agree with Mr. Nakib's suggestion, as we will also introduce a new product line to announce our mergers with MR Innovations Berhad. So, it is important to consider combining our names.
Okay, so those who agree, please raise your hand.
So it has been decided and announced that upon the merging of the companies, it will be named as Technovations Berhad. So let's move on to the last agenda of the meeting.
Last agenda, there is another appointment of independent director for the business.
For the last agenda, we will appoint a new independent director to cope with the lack of diversity in the members of the board. Mr. Falah and Mr. Nakib, can you share your opinion on this matter?
Well, as discussed, we should prioritize experience, independence, and expertise in areas relevant to our industry and current merger integrations phase. Additionally, diversity of perspective and background would be a valuable asset.
I agree with that, and we want to suggest a name which is Mr. Farhan, because he fulfills all the criteria that is needed, and you can see for yourselves his portfolio that has been prepared and emailed to each and every one of you.
Excellent idea, and I am definitely on board with the suggestion. We can utilize his professional networks and reach out the executive search firms with expertise he has.
Therefore, please raise your hand for those who support the appointment of Mr. Farhan as our new independent director. Perfect. So everyone agrees and the decision has been made, and we will appoint Mr. Farhan as the new independent director of the company.
Okay, I guess that the end of our agenda. We will postpone our annual general meeting to the next one, and the minutes of meeting will be presented at the upcoming board of director meeting by Mr. Nakib. Thank you for your all involvement during the meeting, and I hope we can continue to strive for the success of our company. Meeting dismissed. Assalamualaikum.
Immediately following the conclusion of the meeting, Mr. Nakib is obligated to compose a draft of the minutes of the meeting and present them to Mr. Azmi for review and approval. It is necessary for the minutes to be entered into the minute book once they have been approved, and Mr. Nakib must also compile the annual return to submit it to the registrar.